Bill Miller here from Pro Edge Tuning in Wallingford, Connecticut. This is Jay from 1320s, as you guys know from the internet. We're going to take a walk around the shop today, and we're going to show you some of the things we have as far as our dynos and our fuel injection machines, some of our employees, and some of the cars we have here. We've always done Jason's cars. We've gone through a few of his. This is his 2020 GT500, or should I say his wife Jen's 2020.
It's my wife's car.
GT500. We just got this recently. We just started modding it slowly. We're very impressed with the gains we've gotten already just from a colder intake, just from some mild exhaust, and just from a tune. Knowledge is growing every day, learning every day about these cars, how different it is from everything from the Gen 1 Coyotes to the S550 stuff to the Gen 3s. The torque-based management in these is incredible. We're waiting on the training stuff to really come out and be full fold. We still have some ideas, and we're still playing with that also. So every dyno session, every time we go on the street, every time we go to the track, we learn and grow like we did on every platform. The upside of this car is phenomenal. I'm telling you now, it's phenomenal. From the small mods we've made, the gains that we've seen, we're super ecstatic about what's to come for this car between 1320 and Pro Edge Performance. We're excited. So our facility here, we started out as a 17,000 square foot facility. We've since brought some other businesses in. We're down to about 12,500 square feet now. We feature a MD 1100 true load eddy current dyno. Everybody knows it as the Heartbreaker. If you've heard anything about either one of our camps, we don't chase dyno numbers here. The dyno is for tuning, it is a tool, and for data collecting. The biggest thing we say is one of our cars weighs, Angela Christ, what's it weigh?
3580.
All right, 3580, and we've seen barely 1300 on our dyno, and we've gone 187
miles an hour.
You do the math. So that's what I mean. Numbers are numbers to us. We use the dyno for comparison, for changing parts and seeing what the gains really are.
Yeah, don't come here if you want to brag on the internet for a dyno sheet.
Yeah, that's not for us here. It's great for us, like I said, for baseline, for comparison of different parts, and we know where we should be. And for us, the track data doesn't lie, and it's a giant data collector. We'll take a walk through the shop. We'll show you the offices here at Pro Edge, and hopefully you guys will see you here one time with one of your cars. We're out front of Pro Edge. This is our daily lineup. We get so busy during the day that we bring all the cars out so we could work and don't have the cars around. We pretty much work on everything. You'll see everything from here, a Pro Charge 99 Cobra to a built motor GT500 to that black car is actually a built motor auto swap GT500. You'll see a twin turbo built motor Gen 1 Coyote. You'll see an 1819 Roush, even a Saline Extreme, another built motor GT500, and even a Fox body. We kind of touch it all here, a Lightning at Pro Edge Tuning. We do everything from, all the way from the Fox bodies, all the way up to the brand new 2020 GT500s. And this is just a basic lineup from the days here at Pro Edge of what we have to work on.
So we got a Kona Blue GT500, New Edge on a drag pack, GT500 on a drag pack, another 1112 GT500, SVT Lightning, 18 up 5-liter Coyote. I don't see a lot of these. This is pretty cool. This one's getting some work done, we can see. Yeah. Another Coyote car. Got a Fox with a little bit of a boost under there. A lot of awesome cars.
Well, now we're inside at Pro Edge. This is where we start with the waiting room. TV, Wi-Fi for everybody to come, sit down and relax. A little fish tank, a little entertainment. This is our point of sale office. We like to go over everybody's invoices in a private environment. We don't like everybody knowing what they're spending for money. These are some of our other offices. Our accountant and bookkeeper is in here. This is one of our media offices where my wife is actually sitting there. You could wave, say hi, babe. This is my business partner's office here at Pro Edge. Ed does the GM and the Dodge tuning here. We do all big three. We do Ford, obviously. We do Dodge and we do GM. We split the tuning just because one calibrator could not handle it all. He would jump off the building. So Ed Gomez does that side of it. This is my personal office in here where I spend hours and hours. You can see all the different laptops of just creating the tunes, working on everything, and or I could get a little quiet time to focus on, you know, building the files for all the different cars we have here. We'll take a walk back in the shop now. Not that you guys are interested in the kitchen or the bathrooms, or everyone needs a junk room. We have two sides to the shop. This starts side one, where you can see, like I said, we do a little bit of everything. This GT500 is getting a built motor right now. Bigger blower, upgraded fuel system. Like we touch base, we do everything. This car, F1.8 Pro Charge, 3-valve, built motor. We'll see how the Ford Racing intake holds up, about 28 pounds of boost. Old school real S351 from the Renegade days. We're actually putting a big F-Series Pro Charger on this, new motor. This is another 3-valve. This little girl goes mid-9s, full weight, little F1C. Another GT500, which we're known for a lot of, 2.9 Whipple. Sitting here on our Mustang dyne, we have a True Load Eddy Current MD1100. Like we discussed before, this is the Heartbreaker dyno. Not using it for numbers, we use it for tuning, data logging, you know, really going over all the parts and making sure what we've done is done correctly. Two more beautiful GT500s. This one is getting a freshen up for the motor, 4-liter Whipple car, fully built. That one is 1320 junkie ported blower, full bolt-ons, you know, maxed out motor, pretty much stock motor, maxed out on race gas. And then we could head to side two, where we do a lot of storage, a lot of car storage, and some of the other equipment, like we have a digital Asno fuel injection flow bench, some of the long-term cars, some of our own personal cars. We sit back there sometimes. We're fortunate here that we have enough space for all our guys to lay out and, you know, not on top of one another. And as I said, this is another 3,000 square feet that we have over here. Really what's going on over here, some of the personal cars, some of the longer term storage items. If we have a longer term car, there's 2 more lifts that we'll put on there and deal with that. A couple of stuck under here, and just inside here real quick is, like I said, just a lot of parts that we keep in place. And the biggest thing in this room for us is, besides the dyno and obviously all of our software and laptops, is the Asno fuel injection flow bench machine. We just don't throw injectors in a car and say we're comfortable with it and good. You know, we test them, we flow them, clean them if needed. And that's really pretty much a quick little tour around, you know, Pro Edge tuning. We've grown exponentially over the years. You know, we can't thank our customers enough, my team enough. And that goes from everybody from myself, like I said, my business partner, Ed Gomez, RJ, Rudolph Legenza, Jay Sabo, Andre Champagny, Eddie's wife Dina, who does a lot of the bookkeeping, my wife Lynn, from Jay to Shara, even Jen to Shara. Everybody helps out, and just we're one big team here. And thank you for taking a look around Pro Edge, and we hope to see your cars soon.
So now we're in the 2020 GT500. So we went from the twin turbo Smurfinator to the Antichrist. The race car. Now we're in the Cadillac.
Yep.
Our 2020. This thing is a lot of fun. Matter of fact, we're gonna put it manual because I like manually shifting this bitch.
I find that when I'm driving around, I like putting it in manual.
Me too. Me too. Because I feel like you're more connected to the car, because unfortunately you do get a little disconnected because of the DCT, and it rev matches and all that cool stuff though in different modes. But you know, I like manual. So this has our ported blower on it as well. Stock versus ported. It made 34 horsepower and 10 foot-pounds of torque more with a stock tune. We haven't had time to put it back on the dyno because some asshole hit a telephone pole up the street the day we were going to dyno and took out the power to the shop for the rest of the day.
Oh man.
So next week we're gonna baseline the car again with the ported blower and all that good stuff, and put the pulley on it to add boost. I'm really excited to add boost to this car.
So it's on a stock tune right now?
No, it's on Pro Edge's tune. It's on Billy's tune. So it's.
But you were able to test the mechanical advantages.
Yes. So Billy's tune picked up about 60-something horsepower, and our air filter, it was super humid though. So the what it gained, I can't claim. It was like 74 horsepower with our intake versus stock paper filter. I will never claim that because that is ridiculous. It had to be because the density of the air was so bad that the filter was kind of like wet feeling, if that makes any sense. So I don't want to claim those numbers, but it made stupid power between the tune and the filter. So we saw in cold weather 47 horsepower from our intake to a stock intake with the hood open. That's how everyone tests their cars, right? So, but we have it, you know, driving around, so you can see right here the inlet air, 83 degrees. It's 74 degrees ambient, and we're not really going very fast, and the throttle's not open. I open up the throttle, the temperature will go down, just like it did. So it's a great system. It works great for bolt-on GT500s, intake, tune, exhaust. I mean, you're making damn near 800 horsepower. Tune, you port the blower, another 30, 35. We've been porting GT500 blowers for quite some time, since 2014, and yeah, we're pretty good at it.
Got a little head nod from him.
Yeah, we just lost our exhaust selection too.
Yep, that's pretty common with these 2020s.
Jesus, man. It's aggravating.
Yep.
Pretty sure I know what it is, but you know, we're gonna have to wait for the new harness from Ford. But it is what it is. Whatever, it's gonna sound good for the rest of the day anyways. We don't drive around in quiet mode anyways. So yeah, it's we got this car from Chuck Anderson Ford in Missouri. Shout out to Nick Anderson and his father, Mike. They were really good to us. We paid a little bit of ADM, not even close to what some of these crackheads are asking for on the forums and stuff like that. 10, 20, 25. Listen, I love the GT500. I obviously do, because I bought one. These cars, I'm sorry, all you Ford purists, you know, these cars are not worth, come on buddy, these cars are not worth $100,000. I'm sorry. I've been a Ford guy since I was 16 years old. This car is a great car in base form.
Now these cars are fun because the brakes, the turning.
The brakes. Oh
awesome.
my God, these brakes will take your teeth out of your head.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so I get out of this car and I go into any of my other cars. My foot is like to the floor trying to stop because I'm so used to driving this car with the amazing brakes on this thing.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get used to. I get my Super Duty, or I get into my wife's Lexus or something like that, or even my 12 GT500. It's like everything feels spongy. Yeah. So kudos to Ford for their brake program and their stopping. I mean, this car, Ford knocked it out of the park. So our plans are going forward, we're basically going to stop on pump gas, right? Because the tranny tuning is not available. You know, I've heard some issues with, you know, different shops' cars. I haven't seen anything for myself, but I'm not, at this point in the game, I'm not willing to risk the brand new car being down because of a broken DCT. Yeah. So we're basically going to stop on pump gas. You're sitting in the car, you're going for a ride. This car is rowdy just as it is. Now imagine 6-7 more pounds of boost on pump gas. So, you know, I think that's there's times when you have to say, okay, time out, that's enough. And I think that's where we're going to stop with this car, is on pump gas with maybe a 275 pulley. Just make like 17 or 18 pounds, just to have a little bit more boost. And you know, this car is never going to be a quarter-mile monster, right? That's not the purpose of this car.
Yeah, because they really don't 60-foot very well.
No, and driving the car is more exhilarating to me. I like driving it on the street, putting it in turns. It's not a drag car, right? Ford didn't build this car to be a drag car. They built it to be a quote-unquote everything car. And you know, I really am impressed. I love the car. I think my wife loves it even more because she basically claimed it as her own. So shout out to Mrs. 1320, Jennifer. for letting me drive your car and borrow it for Mustang Lifestyle. But yeah, that's another thing. So I'll take a few seconds to say thank you to my wife. Super supportive. My little Swiss Army knife. She does everything, you know, anything I can't handle when I'm busy with the business. And you know, so shout out to her. She deserved the, you know, the car or whatever. And you know, obviously Bill, he couldn't wait to get his hands on this car for obvious reasons. We had the car ordered back in last year, and coronavirus hit, delayed everything. We actually had a white one ordered, got pushed back, and that's why Nick Anderson and his father have even more respect for me, because this car belonged to somebody else, and they offered it to me because the guy was trying to broker it on eBay. So they pulled it from him and sold it to me because they knew I was waiting for one for the business to get our stuff going. I did Steve Nestor's blower, iconic GT500 on Instagram. I did his blower. His car, 60 to 130s, fast.
Yeah, it's in the mid-4s, right?
Yes. So this blower, I told Steve, I said, this blower is next level to his. So I expect very, very good things from this platform on our end. And this is all I was waiting for, was to get my hands on our own car. Because unfortunately, waiting on people to R&D parts for you and stuff, it's, you know, it's their car, their time, you know, whereas it's my car, I'll go the extra mile to get shit done, get data. I could go to Bill's dyno anytime I want. Hey Bill, let's throw the car in the dyno, I got a new part to test. No problem, Jay, we'll do it. So everything you get from us is data driven, right? So I don't get into the, my part's better than your part, you know, I don't get into that. You know, people try and draw you in, especially customers. I don't get into that. You know, we make an intake, we port a blower, you know, we work with other companies. You know, Ken Bajones from Palm Beach Dyno has been a wealth of knowledge because he's had these cars for a while. You know, I ask him questions and stuff, and he gives me, you know, valid answers. And, you know, I appreciate stuff like that. You know, we're not out there to compete with, you know, other tuners or anything like that. We don't do that stuff. We kind of like lean on each other. And, you know, and Steve is actually one of Ken's customers. So I want their cars to be fast as well. So it's kind of like a nice little close-knit family in the 2020 demographic so far. So hopefully that keeps going.